available. So if you have, if you bookmarked the old website, you should still be able to get to that website right now. And then we'll be migrating all of the information over to the new website. The reason why we've changed websites, and this is a district-wide thing, so if you go onto the district website, you will see that they've also migrated to a different platform, is so that we are compliant with ADA, Americans with Disabilities Act, because our former platform did not allow text-to-speech abilities, so we changed platforms in order to be ADA compliant. So please, I'm going to ask just for a little bit of patience for the next week or two as we are making that migration and moving things forward and over to that other website. But it's going to be really clean and nice and accessible for you guys, so we're excited about it. Breakfast. So we offer breakfast at Bell. It's open to anybody and everybody. We open the cafeteria at 6:50. If you are eating breakfast, you go in from the back, not from the front. So if you're coming in for breakfast, you want to go in through the back. We open at 6:50, and at 7:15, we will not let any more students in to the cafeteria. If a bus comes a little bit late, we will accommodate. We'll make sure we accommodate for bus students. But ideally, what we're going to be doing is we're clearing the cafeteria at 7:20. So class starts at 7:25. So students, please, if you are coming in for breakfast, please be in there no later than 7:15 if it's within your abilities. Like I said, if the bus comes late, we'll make some accommodations for that. But we will be clearing that cafeteria out at 7:20. The reason I'm emphasizing this is because I've heard from many folks that first period tardies were pretty heavy because of breakfast. So we will be clearing the cafeteria out at 7:20, okay? So we just ask that you get there early enough so that we can get you fed and get you to class on time. Also, it's free for any students who qualify for free and reduced lunch, so we really encourage you to use that opportunity. I think that's it. Dress code. I sent this out in an email just so we'll go over this pretty quickly, but we're going to try tank tops this year, but 2-finger rule, meaning that the width of the strap needs to be 2 fingers wide, no spaghetti straps. We're going to also try I'm trying to see if there's any, we've got a mom up front that's got the cold shoulder new style where the shoulder's cut out. We're going to allow that as well, as long as it's the 2-finger rule is actually still, you're complying with that. Your shirt is perfect. Thank you. No midsections. We don't want to see anybody's midsection, so please make sure that your shirts are long enough so that we're not seeing any skin in the midsections. Shorts, skirts, and dresses must be fingertip rule, so make sure that your shorts are long as your fingertips. And that means that you can't do this and say, I have a 14-year-old girl. I'm just saying, I know the tricks. And she's like, but Mom, I'm like, so much fun having a principal as a mom. But yeah, so you've got to have your feet and your fingers down, and just so that we're being respectful for everybody. That's shorts, skirts, dresses, fingertip rule, school appropriate words and images only. So please be aware of what you're wearing to school. No logos representing alcohol or drugs or any paraphernalia. Also, no images of references or references to weapons. So if that's a dress code violation, we'll either ask you to change or we'll give you a shirt. We'll ask you to go home and change, call a parent, or we'll give you a shirt or something to help you out get through the day. Okay? Hats are allowed outside only. Okay? So you can have a hat. If you take it out for recess, that's fine. But please take your hats off. Inside, no sagging pants, shorts, or skirts. That's not happening too much anymore, thank goodness. And then no showing undergarments, please. Seems simple. Girls also no halters, tube tops, off-the-shoulder shirts, or spaghetti straps. Bobcat time. So we are doing a Bobcat time between third and fourth periods. It's a 35-minute block of time, and we're doing quite a bit of want to say intervention, but we're doing intervention, we're doing social emotional lessons and that during that block of time, and it's really an opportunity for us to collaborate and create a community within our school. So what we're going to be doing is every day is going to be somewhat different. Mondays are going to be community building, team building, effective education. That's where we'll do our social emotional lessons. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are going to be what I need days. So we're going to be strategically instructing students, grouping students based on specific academic needs that students need. And that is going to take a little bit of time to get going because we need to gather data and figure that out. So, and we're really just launching this year, this model. So we're going to be adjusting as we go, as we learn how this is working, and we'll adjust as the year goes on. And then Fridays is advisement time. So every teacher is going to have a Bobcat, almost every teacher is going to have a Bobcat group. And so they will check in with students every Friday about grades, about how things are going, etc. Give them opportunities to reflection sheets, set goals, see how they're doing as they work towards those goals. Grades. Teachers are expected to have their grades updated by Tuesday of every week, okay? So you should be seeing some changes in grades. Realize that if it's a major project, teachers are going to have, very likely, or a big piece of writing, teachers are likely not going to have that graded if it's turned in on Thursday, it's not going to be graded by the following Tuesday, most likely. I taught high school English. I will tell you it takes time to really do a thorough job of grading. So, but there should be some adjustments to grades every Tuesday, and give your teachers a little bit of slack when it comes to a major project or something like that, because they will need a little bit of extra time to grade those. But you should see some changes. Parents I would recommend that you check grades every week after Tuesday, anytime after Tuesday. So just check them weekly. I would definitely make that recommendation because sometimes teachers make mistakes, rarely, but it does happen. And it also gives you the opportunity to have a conversation with your parent or parents with your children about what's going on. And then, of course, if you have any concerns, please communicate with your teachers. Email is usually best for teachers, but I would definitely communicate with your teachers what questions and concerns you may have. I'm not going to go through all of this, but we will post this part of the presentation on the website. It's also, you can go into the library today and find out how to check grades on Parent Portal. We get a lot of questions around that. So we have this part of the PowerPoint presentation is actually, I believe, photocopied. I heard they were making copies of it, and they were going to hand that out so that you can look up grades on Parent Portal. Basically, you go into Connect, you click on Campus Portal, you have to log in, and then you're going to select a student, and then it's under Schedule, so this is where it gets confusing. It's actually under Schedule. Once you click on Schedule, you're going to see this icon pop up, and you're just going to click on that icon for each class. Again, in the library, we have a presentation, we have people walking people through that. As well as handouts. We are still doing our PBIS, which stands for Positive Behavior Intervention Support, and at Bell, we follow our track. So I want to put an S on there, but it's track. So, which we are looking for students, we're not just looking, but we're also educating students in teamwork, being respectful, in achievement, courage, and kindness. So we will continue to follow that process. We're also going to be revisiting it this year and seeing how we can maybe improve upon that process in the coming years. So students, we'll still be handing out those coupons. You can still purchase things through the track store, and I think it's at lunch or after school. Mr. Olson is still taking care of that. We are implementing restorative practices this year, and this is probably going to be one of the biggest changes at Bell this year. There is a Senate Bill 46 that came through the Senate or the Colorado legislature in the last year or two, and it really discourages zero tolerance policies. So back 18 years ago, the state came up with a lot of zero tolerance policies, which actually created a lot of disciplinary actions. And so zero tolerance meaning there was no areas of gray. Kids got suspended much quickly and easily through that policy. What they have, what this Senate bill does is it actually requires us to look at alternatives of out-of-school suspension, because what we've learned is it really doesn't work very well. So we have our social emotional learning specialist, which is Mr. Irwin, and he's going to be really helping us implement our restorative practices. The administrative team, the counseling team, as well as the SRO will also be helping with that. But what we're going to really be trying to do is, it's exactly what it says. We're restoring people into our community. Kids who may have made a mistake, or kids. They may have made a mistake, they may have had conflict with another student, whether or not it turned into anything major. It could just be a conflict. And it's about having a conversation that is very facilitated to restore the relationship within the school, within the community, and within whomever it's involved. So that's in a nutshell what it is. You certainly can look it up. It does come out of the justice system initially, but the educational system has adopted it and has made it more educational. So if you look it up, if you look up restorative justice, please know that this isn't that we're putting people into the justice system. Sometimes that gets a mistake. We really are just it's more about the restorative practice. So we are going to be implementing that, and we will try to continue to keep you updated. One of the things that's going to include, the proactive part of restorative practice, is community circles. So on Mondays, in that Bobcat time, our kids will be getting together and doing community circles, and they will be talking about different subjects, mostly simple subjects, like, for example, what is something nice someone has done for you? And everybody will talk about that. But the whole idea is to really create a sense of community and a sense of belonging. So we're really trying to be proactive this year about creating our community and our culture. Student checkout procedures. If you have a child that has a doctor's appointment or whatever, you need to take your kiddo out early. I know as a parent, it's kind of we came up with this because as a parent, it drives me nuts when I would have to go, and then I would have to sit, and then I'd be looking at my clock, and who knows how long it's going to be. So what we're going to do is this year, you can send a note with your child in the morning. They bring it into the office. The office will exchange that note for a pass that says, please release, Susie at 2:10, or sorry, we do get out at 2:10, at 1:10, and then your student can show your teacher, I have to go to the office, and then that, hopefully, your child will be sitting there waiting for you when it's time for him or her to go to his or her appointment. So, parents, you still do need to check your students out though, so you still need to come into the building to sign them out. But hopefully they'll be there, ready to go, and you can be on your way in a much faster fashion. Bell PTA, just a quick plug for PTA. PTA is such a huge support of the whole Golden area and of Bell. They've done some amazing things. PTA is really about advocacy for students, and so they have helped in a variety of ways here at Bell. I know that. They support our goals through philanthropy, through fundraising, but also in a variety of different ways as well. So it's an easy way to be involved at Bell, and I encourage you, I think they're out there, so I encourage you to please join PTA. I know I am. And then Bell Accountability Team, we have meetings once a month, and they're combined with PTA and it's not PI, sorry, I apologize. It's called the BAT team, Bell Accountability Team. And so we will be doing that. You can see when those meetings are on the website, and those are after school. Usually, I think they might start around 4:30, and they're once a month. And it's a great opportunity to find out what's going on within the school. We talk quite a bit about budget and schedules and a variety of different things. Thank you. This year's a year of transition. I'm, again, honored and pleased to be the principal here and the leader here, and I've got an amazing team of teachers and staff members all around to support your kids, and we are here for your kids.